Hi, my name is Miriam Zemanova, and I would like to talk to you about the efficacy of humane teaching methods. Animals have been used to demonstrate scientific concepts in education since the ancient times. And even today, hundreds of thousands of animals are still being killed or subjected to invasive or stressful procedures in subjects such as physiology, biochemistry, or surgical training. The good news is that there are nowadays many humane teaching alternatives available. For example, computer simulations, videos, models and mannequins, or supervised clinical practice. Then why are animals still being harmed for the purposes of education and training? Well, one of the reasons might be the perception that humane teaching methods are just not as efficient in providing the intended learning outcomes. To provide a comprehensive review of the evidence in this field, we systematically assess published studies which compare the learning outcomes of humane teaching methods and harmful animal use. Out of the 50 relevant studies, 90% show that humane teaching methods are just as efficient or even better in providing the intended learning outcomes in comparison to harmful animal use. Some studies also show that humane teaching methods could be cheaper, more time efficient, and are better accepted among the students. In conclusion, our systematic review demonstrated that harmful animal use in education is not justified, and a wider uptake of humane teaching methods would be beneficial not only for the animals, but also for the institutions, teachers, and students.
I practiced veterinary surgery for many years as a small animal veterinarian, so looking after cats and dogs and other companion animals, before eventually being recruited to teach at a veterinary school. Harmful animal usage was common throughout our veterinary surgical curriculum when I was a veterinary student. In first year anatomy classes, we dissected rats, snails, slugs, worms, body parts from abattoirs, and a variety of other species. This was followed in second year by conducting highly invasive experiments on sheep and other animals. Students would cut major nerves leading to the heart to demonstrate the effects on heart rate and blood pressure. Students would force the sheep to breathe different gases, and in one case cut off the air supply entirely, unfortunately. The surviving sheep were killed at the end of the procedure by students via anaesthetic overdoses. This was followed by surgical training in which students would practice surgical procedures on healthy animals and then again kill the survivors via anaesthetic overdose at the end. One other student and I refused to participate in all of this killing. We hadn't come to veterinary school to learn to kill healthy animals. And so we established an alternative surgical training program. This involved getting surgical experience in private veterinary clinics and animal shelters, where we participated in beneficial surgical procedures on real patients under close one-to-one supervision, and we also sterilised animals from animal shelters, increasing their chances of adoption. This was hugely successful. We ended up gaining quite a lot more surgical experience than our classmates, and when I started new graduate veterinary practice as a small animal veterinarian, I felt a lot more confident and competent because I had a great deal more surgical experience than my classmates had unfortunately received. Harmful animal use is probably more justifiable within veterinary curricula than it is within any other life and health sciences training. Accordingly, the fact that we and many other veterinary students have successfully completed our veterinary surgical training and gone on to be perfectly successful practicing veterinarians, I think clearly demonstrates that it's no longer necessary to harm animals in education, if it ever was.